You don't get to choose when the shift happens. You only get to choose how you respond to it. August 6th is not going to wait for you to feel ready. It will not ask for your permission. It will not gently tap you on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, can I come in?" No, it will crash through your life like a wave that doesn't care what you were building. And if you're not prepared, it will tear down everything you thought was stable. This is not a prediction. This is not a warning. This is a truth that's already unfolding. August 6th isn't a date on the calendar. It's a threshold. It's the moment where the old version of you begins to die and the new one is forced to rise. And whether that happens through wisdom or through suffering, that is completely in your hands. You either move with it or you get moved by it. But movement will come. That's not a question. Most people are not ready. That's the reality. They are still caught up in distractions, still numbing themselves with comfort, still running from the voice inside that keeps whispering, "You were made for more." They silence it, delay it. They say, "Maybe tomorrow." But August 6th doesn't care about your delays. It's not going to give you another chance to wait. It will expose you. It will challenge you. It will bring you face to face with the very things you've been avoiding. Some will wake up on that day and feel something strange, an uneasiness, a sense that something has changed. They won't be able to explain it, but they'll feel it. And in that moment, the question will arise, am I ready to let go of who I was to become who I must be? That's the question August 6 demands. And it's not a soft question. It's a blade. It cuts away the false layers. It cuts through your excuses. It reveals your true face. Growth is not a gentle process. It is a shedding, a breaking, a dying of what no longer serves. And August 6 is the beginning of that process for many. It's not personal. It's universal. But how you handle it, how you carry yourself through it will define the direction of your path for months, even years to come. This is why silence, focus, and inner clarity are non-negotiable now. Because when chaos hits, only those who are rooted within will be able to stand firm. If you've been waiting for some cosmic invitation to change your life, to level up, to finally commit to your higher path, this is it. But don't expect it to come with signs that are easy to read. Don't expect comfort. Expect friction. Expect confrontation. Expect resistance. That's how you know it's real. August 6 will not feel smooth. It will feel like pressure. But pressure only breaks the ones who have nothing solid within. There's a version of you that survives August 6 stronger, clearer, and more aligned. But that version isn't handed to you. You build it. Day by day, choice by choice. The time for passive waiting is over. This shift requires intentional action. Every thought you allow into your mind now, every decision you make, every person you keep close, these things are shaping what this transformation will bring. You can't afford to be careless anymore. Not now. Look at your life honestly. Where are you lying to yourself? What are you still holding on to that you know is not for you anymore? What behavior, what mindset, what fear is still pulling you backward? August 6 will shine a light directly onto that. It will highlight the cracks in your foundation. It will echo your internal chaos into your external world, but not to punish you, to wake you up, to push you to evolve. And you must understand, this is not happening to everyone the same way. Some people will feel broken, lost, or overwhelmed. Others will feel focused, driven, unstoppable. The only difference is how they've been preparing. It's not about fate, it's about frequency. And if you've been tuning yourself, sharpening your mind, strengthening your discipline, you will ride this shift like a wave. You will use its force to leap forward. But if you haven't, the wave will crash on you hard. You still have a choice. The time is short, but it's enough. Cut the noise. Stop entertaining what weakens you. Take your energy back. Choose stillness. Choose work. Choose discomfort now so you don't have to face destruction later. Because if you don't do the inner work by August 6th, and the outer world will reflect your neglect, and it will not be gentle. You say you want to grow. You say you want to rise. Then stop waiting for the perfect conditions. This is the moment. This is the tension before the breakthrough. This is the fire before the clarity. August 6 is coming, ready or not. And if you're not ready, it will show you everything that needs to change by force. But if you're ready, it will open doors you thought were forever locked. So decide now, because time is not slowing down and the shift does not wait. The thing you're calling comfort is the exact thing that's holding you back. You think it's your safe zone, your stability, your peace. But on August 6th, that illusion will break. What once felt familiar and secure will suddenly feel heavy, suffocating, and outdated. And you'll realize it was never safety. It was stagnation dressed as peace. It was the slow death of your potential wrapped in the softness of routine. August 6 will reveal this truth with clarity. The shift is not just external. It is deeply personal. It strikes where you are most resistant to change. That's why it feels brutal. It attacks your comfort directly, not to harm you, but to force you to evolve. And if you're still clinging to what once worked, if you're still romanticizing your old habits, you're going to suffer. Because comfort, after a certain point, becomes a curse. It becomes the very thing that traps you in cycles you thought you had escaped. Most people wait until life forces them. They wait until the breakdown, the failure, the loss, the pain. They wait until they're shaken so hard they have no choice but to change. But why wait to be broken? Why not choose transformation before destruction? Why not release what is no longer aligned before it gets ripped away? August 6 is the final warning. Let go or be broken, grow or get left behind. Ask yourself what you've been holding onto out of fear. Is it the job that drains your spirit but pays your bills? Is it the relationship that keeps you comfortable but not growing? Is it the mindset that convinces you to stay quiet, stay small, stay hidden? These things may have once served you, but not anymore. August 6 doesn't care about your past. It's here to birth your next self. And your next self cannot breathe in an environment of comfort and denial. You need pressure. You need challenge. You need the unfamiliar. That is how growth happens. It is never born from ease. It is born from friction, from discipline, from choosing what is right over what is easy. And now, more than ever, that choice is being demanded from you. You can either rise into the new or be buried under the weight of the old. There is no middle ground anymore. Not after August 6. Look around your life. Everything that feels too easy, too predictable, too repetitive, those are your red flags. That's where you've stopped evolving. And August 6 is coming to disturb those patterns. If you're not intentional about what to release, the universe will take matters into its own hands. It always does. You can either cooperate with the shift or resist it, but resistance brings pain and cooperation brings power. Don't confuse peace with avoidance. Don't confuse comfort with alignment. They're not the same. Just because something feels familiar doesn't mean it's right for you. Many people will miss this truth on August 6. They'll hold on tighter, thinking it will save them. But what they're really doing is delaying the inevitable. You cannot stop a season from changing just because you want it to stay summer forever. Life doesn't work that way. This is the season of pruning. And pruning hurts, but it also frees. It clears space for something new. The version of you that survives this shift is not the one who stayed comfortable. It's the one who dared to let go, the one who looked at their life and said, "This is no longer me." That level of honesty is rare, but it's the only way forward now, because August 6 will not reward those who cling. It will reward those who release. The world is shifting fast. Momentum is building. And if you're stuck in comfort, you're missing the wave. You're missing the elevation that comes from discomfort, challenge, and bold decisions. Don't let comfort rob you of your becoming. Don't let it convince you that stillness is safety. Because after August 6, stillness will become stagnation. and stagnation will become suffering. That's the path of the unconscious. But there's another path, the path of the aware, the path of the ready, those who see the signs, those who act before they are forced, those who step into the fire willingly. And from that fire, they emerge transformed. August 6 is not the end, it's the forge, it's the pressure that turns coal into diamond. But only if you allow it, only if you trust it. You say you want to rise, you say you want a new life. Then stop holding on to the old one. Stop worshipping comfort like it's your savior. It's not. It's your anchor. It's your delay. And time is no longer patient. August 6 is coming with force, with clarity, with consequences. It will show you exactly what needs to go. Your job is to be brave enough to let it. And if you can do that, if you can walk away from the things that no longer grow you, then August 6 won't break you. It will free you. It will reward your courage with expansion, with power, with alignment. That's the price. And that's the promise, but only if you are ready to sacrifice comfort for growth, only if you are ready to stop hiding in soft places that no longer serve your purpose. Choose discomfort now or face destruction later. August 6 makes that choice unavoidable. The identity you've been wearing won't survive August 6. The version of you that was built through fear, shaped by the opinions of others, and defined by past pain, that version is running out of time. This shift does not support masks. It does not protect old roles. It does not honor who you were pretending to be. August 6 is coming to end that era. And if you're not ready to release that version of yourself, you will feel lost, shaken, and disconnected from everything you once believed was you. It's uncomfortable to hear, but necessary. The old you must die, not in theory, not as a metaphor, but in action. That means letting go of the habits that keep you small, the beliefs that tell you you're not ready, the identity that relies on validation, convenience, or survival. You are not here to repeat your past. You are here to transcend it. And August 6 is the moment where that choice becomes unavoidable. This identity you're holding on to, it was useful once. It helped you navigate chaos. It kept you safe in the storm. But now, it's too small. It is outdated. It was built for a life that no longer exists. You're carrying pieces of yourself that don't belong in your next chapter. And the longer you hold on to them, the more resistance you'll face. Growth demands you walk away from your former self without apology. It's brutal, but it's the only way through. People fear this part because shedding an identity feels like death, and in many ways it is. You lose comfort, you lose predictability, you lose familiarity. But what you gain is real presence, clarity, power. You start responding from truth, not trauma. You stop chasing approval and start embodying purpose. But that only happens when you're willing to burn the mask. August 6 will give you the fire. Your job is to step into it. You might feel like you're unraveling. You might feel like nothing makes sense. That's the process. That's not a sign of failure. That's a sign that your old self is dissolving. And right behind that collapse is a new identity, one that's earned, not inherited, one that's built through conscious decisions, discipline, and the willingness to face your inner chaos head on. The question is, will you embrace that collapse, or will you resist and suffer more? The people who survive this shift with power are not the strongest. They're the most honest. They look in the mirror and say, "This is no longer me." And they act accordingly. They stop trying to resurrect expired versions of themselves. They stop defending identities built from wounds. They begin again. And from that beginning, they rise. August 6 is your invitation to do the same. But if you refuse, if you keep showing up in life pretending to be someone you've outgrown, you will feel it. The disconnection, the misalignment, the exhaustion. That's what August 6 magnifies. It amplifies the gap between who you are and who you're becoming. It pushes you to close that gap, but it doesn't wait for your comfort. It doesn't need your permission. It simply shows up. And it exposes what's not real anymore. Your identity is not fixed. It's fluid. And if you don't update it, life will do it for you. Through breakdowns, loss, and discomfort. Don't wait for the pain. Choose the transformation. Look at your patterns. What do you keep doing that doesn't reflect who you say you want to be? That's your signal. That's the part of your identity that must be dismantled now. You can't carry self-doubt into this next season. You can't keep telling the same story about who you are. You can't keep living like your past is your future. August 6 comes with force because nothing less will break your attachment to the old. It's not chaos for the sake of chaos. It's disruption for the sake of clarity. And the sooner you surrender to that, the smoother the transition becomes. You're not broken. You're transitioning. You're not failing. You're being called to step higher. But you cannot ascend while dragging the weight of outdated identities. You have to drop them, all of them. The people pleaser, the doubter, the avoider, the excuse maker, they can't come with you. August 6 will not support their survival. Only the authentic, aligned version of you can pass through that doorway. This is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you really are, beneath the conditioning, beneath the fear, beneath the noise. That truth has always been there, but now it's time to live it out loud, without apology, without hesitation, without waiting for someone else to approve. That is the standard now. August 6 raises the bar permanently. Everything that's fake will collapse. Everything that's real will be tested. And in that testing, you'll meet the next version of yourself, but only if you're willing to leave the old one behind. Stop saying, I've changed, if your choices still reflect the old you. Change is not talk. Change is transformation. Change is loss. Change is discipline. Change is August 6th. This is your line in the sand. This is your moment. The shift is not coming. It's already here. So show up, not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to be. Let the old identity fall, and in its ashes, build something stronger, something clearer, something that cannot be shaken. This is your chance. Don't waste it. August 6 won't wait. You can lie to others. You can lie to the world. But on August 6, you won't be able to lie to yourself anymore. That day, something changes. The silence becomes louder. The mirror becomes sharper, and the excuses you've been hiding behind, those walls will start to crack. August 6 demands brutal honesty. And if you are not ready to face your truth, that truth will break you open anyway. This is not about guilt. It's about responsibility. It's about owning what you've ignored, what you've avoided, what you've been pretending doesn't exist. Maybe you've told yourself that you're trying your best, that you'll change next week, that you're too busy, too tired, too stuck. But deep inside, you know when you're not giving your full effort. You know when you're hiding your potential. And on August 6th, that knowing will come to the surface, loud, unavoidable, demanding action. There are moments in life that don't allow you to look away anymore. August 6 is that moment. The energy of this shift pulls no punches. It strips away the illusions. It burns through the stories. And it holds up a mirror so clear, so intense that you will either wake up or collapse. This is not about punishment. It's about alignment. It's about truth. And truth has never been easy. The most dangerous lies are the ones you tell yourself, the ones that sound reasonable, the ones that let you sleep at night but rob you of your fire. You say you'll start tomorrow. You say it's not the right time. You say you're not ready. But August 6th doesn't care about those lies. It cuts through them. And it asks you one question. Are you living in alignment with who you truly are? If the answer is no, expect the pressure to rise. You're not here to survive through illusions. You're here to rise through awareness. But awareness doesn't feel good at first. It exposes you. It forces you to look at your habits, your words, your energy, your choices. Are they building you or breaking you? Are you growing or just going in circles? Are you being honest or just keeping yourself comfortable? August 6 will make those answers clear. And the more you resist, the more intense it becomes. This is the test of truth, not truth for the world, truth for yourself. You can wear a mask in public. You can perform. You can post a highlight reel. But when you're alone, when it's quiet, when the distractions are gone, who are you really? What are you really doing with your time, your mind, your life? These are the questions August 6 forces you to confront. And if you don't have the courage to answer them honestly, you'll feel lost, heavy, disconnected. Self growth doesn't begin with a new routine, it begins with truth, with awareness, with the courage to say, I've been avoiding my power. That is where freedom begins. That is where the real shift happens. And that's exactly what August 6 is bringing, a shift into full accountability, a shift into radical clarity. It's not comfortable, but it's clean, it's pure, it burns away the noise. This is your wake up call. This is the moment where pretending is no longer an option. Look at your life, look at your health, your relationships, your habits, your mindset. Is it aligned with the person you claim you want to become? Or are you still playing small, hoping life won't notice? On August 6th, life will notice. It will press into every place you've been avoiding. And if you're not grounded in truth, the weight will feel unbearable. But here's the other side. If you are willing to face it all, if you're willing to look at your life without distortion, everything can change fast. You'll stop wasting time. You'll stop entertaining things that drain you. You'll start acting with purpose. That's the gift hidden in the brutality of August 6. It doesn't come to destroy. It comes to reveal. And revelation is power if you're brave enough to receive it. You don't need more motivation. You need more honesty. You don't need more time. You need more alignment. And you don't need more permission. You need more discipline. That's what this shift teaches, that you are responsible for the life you're creating. And if it's not what you want, it's because somewhere you've been lying to yourself. August 6 demands you stop. If you've been pretending to be strong but crumbling inside, admit it. If you've been saying you want change but refusing to take action, admit it. If you've been blaming others while avoiding your own choices, admit it. Not to be judged, but to be free. Because the moment you stop lying is the moment you start rising. That's how transformation begins. That's the real shift. Don't run from the mirror on August 6th. Stand in front of it. Look into your own eyes. Ask the questions you've been avoiding. Answer them with no filters. And then move. Move with integrity. Move with intensity. Move like someone who knows the time for lies is over. Because it is. This is the final call. No more hiding. No more pretending. August 6 doesn't reward appearances. It rewards truth. Stand in yours or be shaken by it. The choice is yours. But either way, the shift will happen. And the mirror will be waiting. Discipline is the dividing line. It's what separates those who rise after August 6 from those who fall. It's not motivation. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's discipline. That's the truth nobody wants to hear, but everyone will feel. When the shift arrives, you will either be ready or you will not. And that readiness comes from what you've been doing when no one was watching. The quiet hours, the private decisions, the unseen effort. That is what August 6 will expose. There's no pretending anymore. You can talk about change. You can talk about goals. You can even talk about becoming the best version of yourself. But if your actions don't match that talk, August 6 will make it painfully obvious. The people who have trained their minds, who've chosen discomfort over distraction, silence over noise, discipline over impulse, those people will feel the shift as power, as alignment, as momentum. But the rest will feel it as pressure, as chaos, as overwhelm. The truth is simple. You do not rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your discipline. That's where you live. That's where your real identity is built. And discipline isn't glamorous. It's not exciting. It's not loud, but it's everything. It's waking up early when your body wants to sleep. It's showing up for yourself when your mind whispers excuses. It's doing what's hard now to avoid what's harder later. That's the path. And that's what August 6 demands. If you've been slipping, if you've been making excuses, if you've been talking more than doing, now is the time to shift, not next week, not next month. Now, there's still time, but not much. August 6 is the checkpoint. It's the mirror. It's the storm. And your level of discipline is the only thing that will anchor you through to it. You think you're tired now. You think life is testing you now. That's nothing compared to what's coming if you stay unprepared. Without discipline, August 6 will feel like a collapse. You'll question everything. You'll feel behind, confused, exposed. But with discipline, it will feel different. It will feel like a doorway, a moment of clarity, a clean break from the old into something stronger. So what do you do now? You commit, you stop negotiating with your mind. You stop waiting to feel ready. You stop looking for motivation and start building routine. You choose what builds you even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. That's where the shift happens, not in comfort, but in discipline. Ask yourself, are your current habits preparing you for the life you want? Or are they keeping you in cycles you claim to be tired of? Be honest, because August 6th doesn't care about your good intentions. It doesn't care about what you meant to do. It only reflects what you actually did. That's the harsh truth, but it's also your chance. Because if you take control now, if you tighten your focus and raise your standards, you can turn everything around. Start simple, start small. You don't need to change everything in one day, but you do need to start showing up differently. Set a routine and follow it. Set a goal and pursue it relentlessly. Eliminate distractions. Protect your energy. Train your mind. Strengthen your body. Every disciplined action, no matter how small, becomes a vote for the future you're trying to build. Don't fall for the lie that discipline is restriction. It's not. It's freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms. The freedom to handle chaos without falling apart. The freedom to choose your direction, not be thrown around by circumstances. And August 6 is the test of that freedom. It's the filter. Those who pass through it strong are the ones who've been preparing in silence. While others were scrolling, they were training. While others were sleeping, they were building. While others were wishing, they were doing. This shift will not be kind to the unprepared. It will shake the foundations. It will reveal who's been drifting and who's been driven. But that's not something to fear. It's something to honor, because it means every choice you make now matters. Every time you choose discipline, you get closer to clarity. Every time you choose structure, you build inner strength. Every time you say no to distraction, you say yes to growth. Don't wait for August 6th to wake you up with chaos. Wake yourself up now. Use this time to prepare. Train your body, sharpen your mind, build your habits, strengthen your will. Be ruthless with your time. Be intentional with your focus. The world will always try to pull you into noise. Your job is to return to silence, to discipline, to presence. The shift is not a punishment. It's a mirror. It reflects your preparation, your choices, your strength. And the time for preparation is not after the shift. It's now. Discipline is not about intensity for one day. It's about consistency over time. So stop waiting, stop doubting. Start choosing discipline now before August 6th chooses for you. There will be a moment on that day where you will feel it, the energy, the pressure, the spotlight. And you will either feel proud or exposed, ready or lost, empowered or overwhelmed. What you feel will depend entirely on what you're doing right now. So ask yourself, when the shift comes, who do I want to be? And start becoming that person today. There's a line you're not supposed to cross. And yet, most people don't just cross it, they live on the other side of it every single day. That line is the one between awareness and avoidance. August 6th is the day that line disappears. The consequences of ignoring yourself, your life, your growth, they no longer wait, they arrive. You've been warned in subtle ways. The inner discomfort, the restlessness, the tension in your relationships, the lack of clarity. These weren't accidents, they were signs. But if you ignore signs long enough, life stops whispering. It starts shouting. And August 6 is exactly that, a shout, a shake, a turning point that doesn't ask for your readiness. It demands your attention through intensity, through breakdown, through discomfort that cannot be ignored anymore. People think they have time. They think they can put their growth on hold until it's convenient. But August 6 doesn't operate by convenience. It operates by necessity. The lessons you've been delaying are coming due. And if you refuse to learn them consciously, life will teach them painfully. That's how transformation works. You either walk into it or you're dragged. It doesn't matter how loud your intentions are. If your actions are quiet, the universe will respond to the silence. What you don't heal, you repeat. What you don't face, you recreate. And what you avoid will eventually destroy your peace. This is what August 6 reveals. The hidden cost of avoidance, the pain of delay, the punishment for ignoring your higher self. Every choice you make teaches life how to treat you. If you let fear guide your decisions, fear will grow stronger. If you let distractions win, purpose becomes weaker. August 6 will show you the results of what you've been feeding, your strength or your sabotage. And if you're not ready to be honest, the truth will still arrive. Only now it'll come wrapped in discomfort, challenge, and chaos. Growth is not optional anymore, not after this shift. August 6 splits the timeline. From that day forward, you are either evolving or decaying. You are either stepping forward into a new standard or falling backward into old cycles. There is no middle, no more gray area. This shift is not gentle, it's sharp. It will remove what you refuse to release. You've had time to prepare, time to reflect, time to align. But now the time is gone. What's coming will force you to meet yourself. And then that meeting will either be your breakthrough or your breakdown. The difference, willingness, responsibility, ownership. Are you willing to look at your life and admit where you've been out of integrity? Are you willing to drop the excuses and begin again? Because if not, if you continue to ignore what needs to be done, life will teach you through suffering. Not out of cruelty, but because truth always finds its way to the surface. You can delay truth, but you cannot destroy it. On August 6th, that truth comes to collect, and it's not interested in the story you told yourself. It's only interested in the actions you've taken. This is your wake-up call. If you've been avoiding your responsibilities, your healing, your growth, understand that life will not let you escape that responsibility forever. Avoidance is a short-term comfort with long-term destruction. The very thing you don't want to face is the doorway to your next level. And on August 6, that door either opens through your courage or through crisis. You need to be honest about the patterns. What keeps repeating in your life? What keeps breaking down? What keeps pulling you backward? These are not random. These are lessons you haven't learned yet. And the more you avoid them, the more intense they become. Pain is a teacher, but only if you're willing to listen. If not, it becomes punishment. August 6 is when the teaching turns into reality. Some people will rise that day not because their life is perfect and you are not the mind, but because they've done the inner work, they've trained their mind, they've owned their mistakes. They've chosen growth even when it was uncomfortable. That's why the shift empowers them. While others will fall, not because life is unfair, but because they ignored the signs too long. They thought they had more time. They thought the shift would pass them by. It won't. This is not to scare you. It's to prepare you. August 6 will come either way. The only question is, who will you be when it arrives? Will you be grounded, aware, ready? Or will you be caught off guard, shaken and lost in old stories? That choice is made today, in this moment, through your awareness, through your decisions. Don't wait for pain to teach you what presence can reveal. Don't wait for breakdown to give you the clarity you could choose right now. Growth through suffering is the path of the unconscious. But growth through awareness, that's the path of power. That's the path August 6 offers if you're brave enough to walk it. So stop ignoring the pull. Stop silencing the truth. Stop postponing the life that's trying to reach you. The shift is here. August 6 is the threshold. Step through it awake or be forced through it unaware. Either way, the lesson will come. Either way, the change will happen. But how it happens, that's still in your hands for now.